What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Unreal Engine 4 game development live stream where we're working on Project Hero. We were trying to make a game using Unreal Engine 4, C++, gameplay ability system, blueprints, all that good stuff. So right now, excuse me, we're working on trying to figure out with our pause screen a couple different things, like because we were having performance issues. So the last time we left off, we kind of had some preview changes where we are, we have this function set enable world rendering, which turns our screen black. It stops rendering the world, and then when we do that on tick, we're recapturing this scene of our preview actor, so we're getting better performance that way. I could do a stat FPS, and I can also do stat scene rendering, so we can get a better idea. So I press J. Yeah, it's relatively better as before. So I think that's what we're going to try to do a little bit better, because how I imagined is I want to still be able to see the background, not like the pause screen. So I need to do a couple different things. Obviously, we're gonna prototype this in blueprints for now. We have our player character, right? And essentially, I want to add a scene capture component. And I want to attach it to the spring arm as well. So I could just say, we'll keep it as scene capture component 2D. So it's in the same location, right? So I should be able to copy some stuff like this. I'll just copy it up here. So I'll do RT underscore character pause screen, maybe, and then M character pause screen. Now let's just update the data here. So that should be enough. Now we should be able to get, I think in our UI, we're gonna have to go inventory menu, character preview, inventory main. So character preview has its own class, right? I don't know if I need to actually have it in a separate thing. Like, because I could, for example, kind of duplicate this image, and we'll say character pause screen or something. And what do we do for our preview? Okay, it's literally a brush. So find our brush. Do that. Hey, how's it going? Reball. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm here to answer questions. I've been working with Unreal for a long time, and I work with it professionally. I just do this to learn more on my off time. So if you don't know what I'm doing, if you want to know what I'm doing, I kind of try to talk out loud. So maybe I need to do a better job. But right now I'm just trying to set up like a proper character pause screen where you have like a character preview where you can see everything that's going on there. And I'm trying to figure out the best way to help with performance, because when you have a scene capture by default, like I'll show you for example. So, we have our game and everything. And at the top right, we have our FPS, showing at 120 frames per second. If I press J to show the character preview, you see the performance drops like crazy. So we need to fix that. And that's what we're trying to fix right now. Trying to see what the best way to render everything is. so because you have these scene captures, you know, obviously because you're rendering two things at two different times, right? It's kind of like what you get with like split screen. So we're just trying to figure that out right now. So I believe with this, we might have to do. I think we might be okay with the size that we have now. We should have what? Pause? There should be an event pause, and let me just make sure it plays and we get that print. Whoops. Okay, so we don't. Interesting. Is it because of the input potentially? Okay. So we'll need to know when the game's actually paused. So what do we have to do in our character? So I believe it's handled in. It's either in the controller or in the character, because that's basically where all that kind of stuff is handled. So is there like a... I haven't looked at this part of the code in a while. Show inventory menu. Okay, it's definitely... Okay. So just for debugging purposes, I think we can make a function. Oops. So yeah, we're gonna take this out eventually. This is just for quick scripting. What we can say, we gotta make it a U function, and I believe it just has to be blueprint callable. Void inventory opened. We don't really need anything in there. Hey Quasi, how's it going? How we doing? Oh, I don't need to do it like that. Generate. Is that how you do a blueprint callable function? No. D4 make blueprint event in C++. I always forget the syntax for this stuff. So let's remind ourselves. Create C++ event for blueprint. Okay, so it's a blueprint implementable event. Okay. Sorry, I'm just gonna let you guys. I know you guys can't really see that screen probably very well. But we have to do two things. I always forget this. So it's a blueprint implementable event. So blueprint implementable event, and then inventory opened, and then we have what? Void inventory opened underscore implementation, and then we just generate that. We call what? Do we do it super, or we just don't do anything? Okay, we definitely don't need to do that. We also gotta close out of the editor now. Save everything. I just found out today you can add abstract to your U class specifier, and then it won't let you select that as T subclass pointer or reference. Cool thing if you get many classes and you don't know which one is one. Yeah, I mean that's pretty cool. I didn't know that either. The more you know. So let's just recompile, make sure that's all good. Okay, so I should have kept reading this. Fucking thingy. This thread. I guess you just need the blueprint implementable event. Alright, so let's go back. So we literally just need this. Ah! So let's nuke that. And then I want, when we open, what is it, inventory? Why? Okay, do I literally not need it? Multiplayer features? No, not at all. I don't want to deal with multiplayer, honestly. I kind of want to just chill with a single player kind of game. I'm already dealing with enough multiplayer at work. It's gonna be the next biggest MMORPG, the next Worldcraft killer. So watch out. Now, can I do what? Inventory? Yeah, here we go. Okay, can I call open inventory implementation? Is that what I have to do? I tried to make a multiplayer thing and I fell flat. I couldn't even get shooting a projectile prediction well. Yeah, you need to know a lot about networking. And like that, like networking is not my strongest suit, I would say. Honestly, like I barely understand replication, let alone any kind of prediction and stuff like that. Luckily, the gameplay ability system handles a lot of that complicated replication and prediction and stuff when it comes to applying gameplay effects and stuff like that. But you know, other things like that, especially when you have like, I don't know, a fast-paced shooter. Let me see, press J. So that didn't work. Why? I'm so confused. Is there like inventory opened? Okay. Is it because I'm never calling it? Do I have to do inventory opened? Let's try it that way. So how was your guys' day? My work day was pretty not bad. I've had worse days. I've got a decent amount done. Had to do a couple meetings and had to teach some new people how we handle skills and mods and data tables and stuff like that. So that was my day. I'm just an artist, but I understand nothing, but it's fun to look at what goes behind the curtains. That's kind of how I'm, like the opposite. Like, I'm not very artistic. I know drawing is a hard skill and I just don't have the time. And I do prefer the technical side of stuff. So, you know, God bless you for being an artist. You know, we need one another. And I enjoy watching artist streamers, you know, kind of just draw and chill and stuff like that. So there's something I'm just not understanding with this. Why is the event never fired? I thought I did that correct. Oh. Do I have to do something like this, like inventory opened, and then up here I do the implementation? I'm just kind of like running into circles now, just trying to prototype this thing. I wish I could find another job. I'm having trouble since before it isn't that fancy. I used to read a lot about C++ networking and stuff, but I didn't have practice much, honestly. All right. So I think I've told this story a bunch of times, but my path into the game industry involved my YouTube channel where I did a bunch of tutorials, and my participation on forums. After, like, I went to school for game development and stuff like that. You know, I got a bachelor's in game design, which is just a worthless piece of paper, honestly, but still, after I graduated, I didn't have much experience at all. You know, I was a student. So I started making tutorials, and I created that YouTube channel in my own time. And then eventually I got discovered because of my YouTube channel by this company in Serbia. And they asked me if I wanted to help with their Kickstarter. So I did. You know, this was back in, it was originally in UDK, so we used Matinee and stuff like that, but then we switched over to Unreal Engine 4 when it was just new. So I did that, and the Kickstarter was successful, and I got the job there. And one of the interesting things that I learned after the fact, after I got hired at People Can Fly, is like a few of the people working there watched my tutorials to learn how to do something. So they kind of knew that I knew what I was doing, in a sense. So, like, if people know you before you even walk into the door, and obviously if they know you in a good way, you're in a huge advantage. So this is also why I kind of like doing these streams. I kind of just put myself out there, and you can see just my thought process, how I work, where I fail, where I improve. And, you know, the willingness to teach and to be taught, I think, is a valuable skill set and motivation for working in the game industry. So that was my path to where I am now. And, you know, I've been working with People Could Fly for about almost 3 years. And I recently got promoted to principal technical designer. So that's where I am. So honestly, this path may not be for everybody. Find your own way if you need to, but I found that this helped a lot. So let me go back to struggling with this freaking blueprint event thing. I don't know why this isn't working. UE for make event in C++ that can be used in blueprint. Is that the way I want to say that? So it keeps bringing me back to this. It compiles but it never fires. Of course, header file, blah, blah, blah. As I said, it blueprint does not have a C++ implementation. So I believe that's where we're at, right? Yeah, it's... You don't need the... So it says I literally just need this. All logic will be added in the blueprint, and the function will be called... I've got bachelor's in computer science. I feel like it's a useless piece of paper as well. It's cool to have a YouTube channel. You're probably a high energy person. Personally, I wouldn't be able to make myself look after a YouTube channel. Much props. Well, thank you. It was hard for a while. The basic idea behind how most people find a job easier is to be proactive, put yourself out there. Being found is cool, but you can only get found if you present yourself to the world. I agree with that. Yeah, just keep putting yourself out there. Hopefully things will happen. Um, um, so I don't know why I'm struggling so hard to figure this part out. Like it's always kind of annoying. I'm on the path to success here, and then I have to stumble with some of the syntax stuff that I always forget how to write. No, whoops. Let's try that again. Yes, I am American. I'm from Long Island, New York. Lived on Long Island for 18 years. Well, I kind of said how I ended up in Poland. I worked in Serbia. I went from Arizona, where I went to school, and then I got that job offer in Serbia, which I took. And then after a few years in that Serbian job, I applied to some places, and I ended up at People Can Fly, which is in Warsaw, and I've been here since 2019. So still no dice. Why is this? Do I have to do like a super? I hope that's not the case. No. How to call C++ event from Blueprint, or I mean, is this the same thing? I am derping on the syntax. Are you in Poland, Reba? Oh, okay, very nice. I don't know what question I am needing to ask. Let's see if new function, my function 1, blueprint callable, category, blah blah blah. Yeah, blueprint implementable event, blueprint native event. Maybe that's what I need. So what's it? Blueprint native event. That, and then what? Void inventory open underscore implementation. So let me take that. I think it's at the bottom, right? Oh man, I am lost. What's wrong? All right, I literally just got to implement it. Okay, generate definition. There we go. And then, what does he call? Okay, nothing. Okay. They say Polish bread is way better than quality than that from the U.S. Is that true? Um, bread. I don't know. Like the quality of food in general, I think is better in Europe, especially Eastern Europe. Like in Serbia, they have really good meat and like Serbian barbecue and stuff like that. I miss it all the time. Poland, they have pierogi, which is really good. They have a lot of Thai food and Indian food, especially in Warsaw, which I thought was surprising. They have really good sausages and stuff like that, and this really good soups. I've been to a couple of Polish weddings, and the food there is always so good. And obviously you have fast food options like McDonald's and KFC and stuff like that, but typically you like to avoid that kind of thing. What do I type in? Inventory opened implementation, or do I do inventory opened? Find out. But I did like the Mexican food and the general Mexican cuisine that existed in Arizona when I was there. That was also very good, like homemade tortillas and tacos. Those are always so good. Mexican food is my favorite type of food. Then Serbian barbecue food is my second favorite. Italian, not so much. Pizza good, but pizza can get old pretty quick. Let's see. Still nothing? Damn. Maybe I gotta do this, like inventory open implementation. Do it that way. That sounds like you ate much pizza. Do they make it? Well, I mean, I grew up in New York, so you had pizza all the time and Italian food. Like, I'm not even Italian. Like, on Long Island, you had a lot of Italian people, you had a lot of Jewish people, and I'm neither. I'm Irish, I'm Polish, German, the other white. Pizza's good from time to time, but people obsess over it. I'm kind of over it. Still nothing. How? Like, what am I missing? So the finance implementation how to write its body types name. For me, it's since this is a new function, I'll declare it. This new event looks like the previous one, but when using an actual code, it's just see, like, this makes zero sense to me. Like, what am I doing wrong? Like, do I not hit that piece of code? Am I like? I guess I don't. What? Wait, what? So what? Okay. So I've been just like sitting on my ass this whole time. All right. So that's hero player controller. All right, let's do a super debug because I'm lost now. Maybe we can figure this out. I gotta see how we're calling this function. I just show that inventory menu. I'm forgetting where it's coming from. Pretty sure I thought it was from the character, but I'm clearly wrong. Oh, J. All right, at least we had the debug. Do it. What, like, player controller. Now you have this player controller. Like, where is this? Is it like player state? I doubt it, but maybe. Look. No. Input, blah, blah, blah. Oops. Is it really only call here? There has to be a callback. Oh, it's right here. Okay. So do we not? If you're new to Unreal, would you start with UE4 or UE5? Well, it depends. Like, what's your goal? How do, like, what part of it do you want to learn? Like, all of it? Or do you just want to learn blueprints? Or do you just want to learn level design tools or particles? I'll need a little bit more info. All right, let me do a quick callback here. Let's do hero, player, character. Can I just do inventory opened? Well, I guess I could do the implementation. Because right now I'm using Unreal Engine 4 just in case you weren't sure. I guess all of it. Well, I would say just because Unreal Engine 5 is not yet fully released, obviously they have like the beta and stuff like that, I would say give that a try. But a lot of companies are still using Unreal Engine 4, and they will still be using Unreal Engine 4 for I think a few more years, like maybe another maybe another game cycle time period, maybe 2 game cycle periods, so maybe like 6 years, 3 to 6 years. So like there's not that much different in terms of the tools that you have access to. Obviously you have like Lumen and Nanite, these rendering and lighting tools and systems that are available there, but blueprints are the same. It's still C++ in the background. You have things like Niagara. You have some improvements to the audio and stuff like that, so there might be a little difference between the sounds. Have I considered doing it on Unreal Engine 5? I have, and I think I will once Unreal Engine 5 is fully released, good to go. I would switch over. I have to. Right now I'm using 426.2, so I'm considering upgrading to 427, because I believe what they said was that as long as you're on like the latest version of Unreal Engine 4, the migration should be pretty easy. So we'll put that to a test when that time comes around. All right, let's look. All right, yay, we finally got fucking hello. Holy shit. Okay, so scene capture. We want to not make it active by default. We want to give it a texture target, so character pause screen. We don't want to capture every scene, and we don't want to capture on movement. Let's see. Should be able to just say capture scene. So basically we just took like 30 minutes to figure out this callback. So let's see. All right. So does that work? We don't know yet because we have to turn off the rendering. But it looks like it worked. Well, okay, never mind. Okay. So let's go back to the character preview. Can you be a dev in just Blueprints, or do you need programming experience too? So my professional experience working at People Could Fly as a technical designer, I work strictly in Blueprints. They don't allow technical designers to touch C++ code. They leave that to the gameplay programmers. So my job is just to take a feature, script it in Blueprints, get it working, and speak with the other departments, such as gameplay code, for specialized functions that I may need, especially when it comes to optimization. And also talking to artists, VFX artists, sound effects, meshers, I suppose. And other times, having to talk to level designers, because certain features might require navigation, projection, EQS, environment query system. So knowing programming will help, no matter what. So you'll just be able to better speak with programmers. They might be able to take you a little more seriously. They might not shrug you off. Sometimes people are just like that. So once you're able to prove yourself, things might be a little better. All right. So back here, okay, let's not capture the scene. It should just be black and white. Or not black and white, it should just be black. Which, yes, that's what's happening. Now what I'm hoping is that it'll look like it's paused, but it's technically not rendering in the back. And no. Damn it. Is it because of something? So it captures the scene. Let's go back into our UI then. Curious. Is the image size just not good? Let's look. So 128 by 128 is what they have here. Does this do anything? No. All right, let's change this from M character preview to M character pause screen. All right. So that's showing. So I wonder what's wrong. So I had to let's see. So I'll just make it 1920 by 1080. Oh, that's position. Whoops. 0, 0. Last one, where would you start? What do you mean? Like where you would start learning? Where would you start learning? Well, I mean, if you're watching me or if you're watching some other Unreal Engine 4 developers on here, like First Crimson, for example. What's that other guy's name? Sovereign Dev, he's good. Prismatic Dev is good. Watching them is very inspirational, so watching them is good. Thanks for the follow, Rebo. I appreciate it. Try to find a topic that interests you most. Like trying to learn all of Unreal at once is going to be very daunting. It's going to be a lot of work, and it's going to be, it might be dismotivating if you don't get a grasp of everything too quickly. So I would try to say find a discipline or a subject that interests you the most within it, whether it be particles, sounds, if anything. I would say pick blueprints, because I was watching one of the learning courses, and they said like blueprints is pretty much built underneath a lot of all their tools within the editor. So the animation blueprints are blueprints. Niagara is visual scripting in a sense. You have blueprints themselves. So maybe go learn blueprints. Try to get some information there. There's a lot of good courses that you can learn with Unreal. So if I had to pick, I'd say that. Oh, I know what's wrong. The fucking opacity. Nice try. There you go. Okay, so I wonder if this is gonna look bad. So Jay, yes, it's gonna look bad. So it doesn't even look exactly like that. Maybe it's an FOV problem. Do I know my FOV? Field of view is 90. This one's also 90. Is there a way to like try to get this to look the same? Maybe? So how would I get this to like look the same is my next problem. Can I do something like get FOV or field of view? Then can I set field of view? Oops. Maybe we could just print the field of view as well, so we know the number. Because I would like to get this exactly right. 90. So that just looks not right, obviously. Do I have to see like... Whoops. Does making that 1920 by 1080 work? Kind of. No. Damn. And there's also this jittering that we gotta fix. Blah 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 blah. So how do we get this scene capture to be exactly right? So right now, that's where I'm stuck. Okay, this could just be 90. Is there a way to get the CV4? Get scene capture to match player camera? Maybe this will have something for me. Okay, no. Nothing there. Is it because this is like... Do I have to make this also 1920 by 1080? Oops. Well, that kind of. Is there a way to adjust the render target to match? To match the resolution? Or do I have to like do some weird scale box? Kind of. I don't know if I like that you get those borders. They're like get texture target. They're like stats. Set size. Thanks for joining the Discord. Feel free to ask as many questions as you need. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for the follow. See you soon, man. Okay, so I can't set the size. So I don't really want to wrap the scale. Maybe scale the fill? Let's try different scalings. Maybe for now I can just work like, all right, I'm gonna work it like that. Like that looks okay. And let's look at stat FPS. Stat scene rendering. That's not too bad. All right, we'll kind of live with that. So yeah, we gotta do a couple things now. Actually, we'll keep all the blueprint stuff. Let me just get scene rendering out of here. Excuse me. I'm gonna have to. What do I want to do? Hold on. Let me just spam promotion stuff while we're waiting on something. All right. We gotta fix this problem. Like, it's jittering pretty bad. Because I believe it's doing, because of the scene capture being on tick. So I'll need to kind of revisit how I'm doing that logic. Because here, like, I think, like, I'm not using any kind of lerp. Like, there's this f interp 2. Maybe I can try doing that, but with the vector. So I'll need. What do I need to do? I'll need to take that out. I'll need to do kind of what I just did before. With the implementation event. So you function, blueprint, native events, deploy, BP underscore pan camera, then void BP underscore pan camera underscore implementation. Then we generate just this one. Then we call BP pan camera, and then I guess we call BP camera implementation. Let's see if we did that right on the first try. Perhaps we did, perhaps we didn't. We'll see how far we can get. So, no, this is just the player character. So character preview. Now we should have what? Pan camera. So basically this should just print whenever we're trying to pan the camera. Yes. So we got that, okay. So we basically need to lerp, right? So set relative, like we're kind of doing this with rotation. So we gotta say what? Or at least try to do what? So we're messing with the spring arm, so we're gonna have to do that. So in the end, we're setting a relative location. So let's get the spring arm. Also, am I saying this to update on movement? Maybe I shouldn't capture it on movement. Maybe that's a problem. So let's just make ourselves extra sure. Let's fix this. So that's a comment. Because maybe because we're capturing both on tick and when we move, it was doing like double and it kind of looked weird. Maybe that's what we did wrong. If so, that'll save us some time. That'd be nice. Okay, J. No, so yeah, still a problem. That's kind of upsetting. Hate that. I wonder why. I wonder what it would look like if we did the opposite, where it's like we don't capture it on tick, but we capture it on movement. Does anything happen? No. Okay. What happens if we just plug that in? Yeah, still jittery. So I'm hoping. Give me a second, sorry. I'm hoping it's I'm hoping it's an issue just because we're not using delta time. So let's again take care of that. And I'm going to use the rotator that we were doing earlier in C++ as a reference. So, so in the end, we're setting relative location. And what are we setting this to? Obviously, we're messing with the y and the z parameters. So we can break that. No, we can make it. So x is x. So get relative location x. And then for y, we're clamping it. But we need to interpolate it. So we got to what? F interp 2? Is that what we're doing? Yeah. So current and interp speed. We'll set this to 20 just as a hard-coded value for now. And then the target. This is where we're going to clamp it. So, what are we clamping? That, and then so we're gonna say clamp this plus and then we're doing another clamp. God damn, it's a complicated thing. Oh yeah, we should actually be passing in some data. That's a whoops. So let's go back. What do we need to give it? Float Horizontal pan. Load vertical pan. Does that compile? Honestly, it doesn't seem like it does, but okay. So syntax error, so oh, derp. Yeah, it doesn't need the fucking don't need the variable type in there. There we go. What was I thinking? Long day. Okay, so let's go back. So now we have horizontal pan. So here we're missing, now we're doing horizontal pan. And we're gonna just do -1 and 1. And then we're gonna say -100 and 100. That's the target. Delta time is what? Get delta world seconds, I suppose. So that should be what we need to move, at least left and right. No. Okay, I'm just gonna look at this on the side. Let's watch this value. 60. Let me look at horizontal pan. It's -14. Well, sorry, I'm kind of debugging on the other screen here. You guys can't really see what I'm doing. Oh, excuse me. Do I have to make these bigger, like -10 and 10? Um, 22 fast or too slow? Let's put it at 1. Okay. Put it at 100. Oh, get world delta seconds is just not what I want. Oh my god, Devin, you're so stupid. Get delta seconds? Or do I really have to like make this a variable? And get delta seconds. Boom. There we go. Good. Good. Yeah. Now we gotta do up, up, down, down, left, right, BA, start. Okay. So Z should be kind of the same. Oh, hold on. I gotta fix the boys. All right. So vertical pan. Go to the same values. Now we're doing Z. That looks lovely, don't it? File that bad boy. Now we should be able to get now. Let's see. Kind of jittery still. But let's convert this to the code actually now. So just to make sure we're not calling the blueprint code anymore, we're gonna just do that. So now what are we saying? So let's make a float called spring arm X, and that's going to be equal to maybe we don't have to do that. I guess we gotta just do const x vector do location, and that's gonna be string arm get relative location dot x. Now the next is going to be fmath clamp. We're gonna do horizontal pan. We're gonna do this. So we're clamping that value. Plus another fmath clamp. Or do we have to do an fmath inside of a clamp within a clamp? Maybe. So, all right. So fmath clamp. We're taking spring arm get relative location dot y. dot y plus this clamp. This is harder to translate to C++ than it is in Blueprint. But what do I gotta do? Do I have to make a bunch of variables that I don't want to make? So we're calling this float. And then what? I gotta just do like min horizontal offset max horizontal offset. Okay. Oh, this is so gross. Look, can't. Okay, this is what we're gonna do instead. Just so it's like so floats. New location y equals f interp 2. Wait, what's the, is it f myth? Yeah. F interp 2. Well, first parameter is spring arm. Get relative location dot y. First parameter. Second parameter is a whole bunch of shit. So blah 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 blah. Next parameter is delta time. So we can use delta seconds. And the last parameter is this interp speed. So we're going to copy this for now. Now we gotta fill in the blah 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 part, right? So the blah 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 part is fmath clamp spring arm dot get relative location dot y plus fmath clamp horizontal pan. We're doing negative horizontal movement of intensity, horizontal movement sensitivity. And then here is min horizontal offset max horizontal offset. So that's why. I guess we could do Z kind of easily. Min and then max vertical offset. And then I guess I could just say spring arm equals. So spring arm get relative location dot x new location y new location z. What's wrong? Do we really have to do like all right, let's try this way. Const f vector new location. I do it that way. I think I could just do this. Well, I could say const for these. Okay. Let's see if that works. Let's nuke out of the editor and recompile. Oh. Okay, I somehow imported geometry. I'm sure it's gonna be at the top. Yes, what the fuck? What happened? Okay, moment of truth. And just to be certain, yeah, it's not even plugged in. We should be able to move. So F11J. Yes. Still kind of jittery. We may need to just say fuck it. Like, I don't get why that's okay. That looks fine. That looks a little off. But now, because we have this data asset, we could say sensitivity, we can maybe bump it up both to 5. Now we should be able to move things kind of a little faster. And of course we can also go to our character preview. Maybe bring it in. Bring it in a little more, then down. Maybe we can adjust our offset. So minimum vertical offset, we could say like minus 100. Maybe we could say 20. So now you can look at our shoes. What are those? So you just generally have more control, and I'd probably limit the horizontal as well. Maybe minus 20 and 20. It's clean enough, I think. It's like boom. And the middle mouse. Kind of get graphical hitches. But okay. Kind of, I'm at least happy. I would like to have some sunlight on him. But at least the concept's there. Like, whether or not that looks good, I don't know. But what don't we need anymore? Let's just do a little bit of cleanup before we call it a night. So we definitely don't need this anymore. Nuke that. We don't need that. We would need to consider moving this to blueprints. So let's do that. So right now, if we take off the tick, it's not gonna look right. So what we can do, character preview. I believe we have a tick. Yeah, we do. Excuse me. Comment, update, scene capture on tick. We could do what? This is just called scene capture. Yeah. And that shows what? Update. Or is it just capture? Let's see. Yeah. Okay. Recompile that bad boy. A lot of Steam sounds in this music. It's kind of making me confused. What? Who's messaging me on Steam? I'm kind of happy with our results. It's not bad. Oh yeah, it's updating correctly. That was the point. Okay. We might have to consider quickly lerping right back when we reset the position. But whatever. Okay, so now it's time to move this out. Because without that, we kind of lose the performance gain that we got, like stat FPS, right? 120, yeah, for that. So, let us add that. So set enable render and gameplay statics, okay. So we'll do gameplay statics. Oh, it's you, gameplay statics. World render. All right, yeah. So set world. So false. All right. What are the parameters? So yeah, world. False. We're good. And then we have to implement end play. assuming it'll be a similar thing here. Virtual void end play, but there is a reason, and the reason is you. Sorry. That one goes out to all you Hoobastank fans out there. So I'll just say something. Same when the game ends or when removed from the world. Just generate definition. I want to put this like right next to begin play. Oh, it is right next to begin play. Nice. So supers automatically, great. You so I have to just do the check for the world, right? And we can kind of pretty much copy this but make it true. So now we should have that same functionality now, but instead of it being in blueprints. I'm just wondering if this needs to be, it would be better to be in the world manager? Just so we're not relying on this character thing to handle it, but our just level manager handles rendering and stuff like that. Maybe that's better. We'll add that to the list of stuff to do next time. Refactor it out just so it works like that. So it should in theory work. So stat FPS, and we'll do stat scene rendering. So press J. And we're doing good. Okay. Something crashed. We won't worry about that right now. So what else don't we need? I know the character we made this shit. We definitely don't need. And I believe, was there anything in here? No. And I believe it was a controller as well. Yeah, we just did that. Okay. Yeah, here it is. That's what I was looking for. Let's just try to compile and see if we get any errors. Okay. We did miss something. Like, are we even using this show inventory function? I don't know. We'd have to clean things up again. How easily code can get messy. Okay, we good. We good. What else? What else? There's a lot of shit we don't need anymore. I'm pretty sure we made a lot of random assets when we were checking stuff last time. I do want to open up M4 Sunny Day. I kind of want to take out a few of the trees. I just do that and select one individually. Like, no. You don't need a bunch of these because you'll never see them. Probably can definitely clean up like half of this shit. Something like that. Looks good. Let's save. Let's reopen now. See if that made any kind of difference. Not performance-wise, but just like how it looks. Wait. What happened? Why is it black? Am I not doing something? Capturing on tick. Oh yeah, we need to actually capture the scene. Okay, so yeah, we forgot about this. We gotta move this to code. So I guess in, let's find our level manager, right? Level manager, managers, level manager. So preview, load preview level. So I guess the first thing we want to do, so the player character is valid right here, right? So I guess we could just do what? Player character. And there's a scene component. It's a, did I make it public? Let's go find it. Oh, I made it a blueprint one. Okay, so yeah, I want to make, I have to make a new scene capture component 2D. Guess we do add another one here. Const force inline, force inline. View scene capture component 2D. Get scene capture. Return scene capture. No, we actually no. Then we'll actually have to make it. We'll do another private section for it. So use scene capture component 2D. Scene capture. Character. Yeah, I think that's all fine. What's wrong? Do I have to do class? No. What's wrong? Let's see. Ah. Okay. So now, level manager, I could do what? Scene capture? Capture scene. Okay, can I say class view scene capture? What? I think we might have to include it as well. Maybe for C++. View scene capture component 2D. Okay. We need to include it there, and also we gotta do it into the character. I've been kind of not doing a good job with that. Okay, it doesn't look like we need that one, but we need this one for sure. We'll do it at the bottom. Scene capture equals create default subobject view scene capture component to D text scene capture. I probably want to attach it to Springer. Yeah. Okay. So scene capture, set up attachment. No, that's not what I want to do. Oh yeah. Something like that. Boom. Okay. Now, so you scene capture component 2D. Scene capture equals player character. It's screen capture. Okay, player scene capture. Can I initialize a local variable of type with const? Okay, then do player scene capture. What's the capture scene? What? Is it because it's const? Weird, but okay. Let's see if that works. And fingers crossed. So let's fix what's in the character preview. Yeah, we don't need this anymore. We know that's fine. It's in the actual character. Now we no longer need this. And we don't need this. But now we need to put in the right texture. So pause screen. And capture a frame. No, not even on movement. I think that's it. There you go. Stat FPS. Good. Scene rendering. So switching between the two, there's a slight hitch, but not really. And we're doing good. And so I'm happy we finally were able to figure that out. So let me just take that stuff off. What else? Yeah, we're gonna have to figure out all the animation stuff again eventually. I kind of got really tied down. With this UI thing. Well, at least it's done. Like, I'm happy to, like, now leave that alone for a little while. We don't need delta seconds like that anymore. We're all good there. There's something I wanted to properly refactor out. Yeah, the world of rendering. I think I could just literally copy this into the level manager, no? I just say and get world. So this would be false. And get world. Oh boy, I did not copy all of it. And this would be true. Now let's just comment this out. As well as this. And we should be able to basically experience the same thing again. At least that's the goal. I think we're good. Okay, stat scene rendering. That FPS. So we're at 120. We're good. Do we see any kind of stream hiccup? Doesn't look like it. Very nice. Okay, I think that's it. Let me just open up this thing. I know. Like for now, we kind of went on a big detour. So investigate performance issue with level stream. We can say we did it. Resolve all items. Perform cleanup on preview level manager class. Yeah, we'll still have to do that. I want to fix the auto apply cooldown and cost thing as well. Continue building forest day level. I don't think we need to do that. Yeah, we're gonna redo a bunch of stuff. So convert. We have a lot of random shit. So we'll see. I need to try to get a cook going from Jenkins. So I'm trying to remember what was it that I needed to do. I guess we can exit out here, and we can get rid of the gameplay statics calls. Don't need them anymore, so I don't even need end play anymore. So we're good there. So I guess we can submit our changes. So character creator, manager, controller for sure, character for sure. that. Did we do anything in the managers? Oh yeah, we already have it checked out though. I think that's it. So fixed performance issue with preview rendering while also rendering main screen. Boom. Guess we can say that the same thing. So character preview. So commit. Push those bad boy changes in. Why is that taking that long? I don't like the sound of that, boss. Alright, it's going a little faster now. I need to fix this Sherry Berry thing. Kind of dumb. Properties. End goal. Title. New Sherry's. Goal. 400 and we're at what, 317? Yeah. So we'll try to get this by Christmas. So 12, 25, 21. Start goal. See if we can get to 400 people by the end of the year. The fact that it's taking so long to write these objects makes me think it's gonna fail. Hopefully I'm wrong. Local host. Look at Jenkins. We've had a bunch of failed builds constantly. Oops, no. Don't go to Facebook. Do not go to Facebook. Metaverse, whatever they're calling it. Flippin' dumb. Alright, we're good. So we pushed to the GitHub. We have it on our local server. We have it in Unreal Game Sync. So we should be good to go. So thanks for watching, everybody. Thanks for stopping in, Quasi. Thanks for speaking, Pepsi Max Mun. And Revolt, thanks for following. I appreciate it. Tomorrow we'll probably come back in with playing games with our buddy Mediocre Mage. We'll either do It Takes Two, or we might just play some Overwatch. And then on Thursday we'll be back in Project Hero. So thanks again for watching, and see you soon.